Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If I say I love you for the sake of Allah, let me ask you one question. Why do you even think it sounds like it's fake? Because whoever is like, I love you for the sake of Allah, you don't read it quick. Let me break it down to these realities. Now, we all love for different reasons. You get to love someone, you attach to them for many reasons. Some reasons are logical. Al-Hubb al-Aqli. Like you technically love someone because the rationality in you as a human being, your brain is sending you to love it. Al-Hubb al-Aqli. At times, you even get to a point of loving something or maybe someone without even minding the danger that might come with that. Now that is al-hubb al-aqli. You genuinely find sense into loving something or someone, but, for example, when you're going to take medicine, you had tablets, but for some reason, you're going to force yourself to like and love them that moment where you're going to swallow them. Now you're taking the medicine not because you love it too much, because you want to be fine. That's why you're taking the medicine. That's why you love the medication anyway. Now that's the category of love. The other category is al-hubb al-atifi, like the emotional kind of love. You feel attached to someone because you find the compatibility checking. You find them like they are sent from heaven. Those whole sweet romantic statements you might say. But then emotions are in play. You just feel like you're attached to them. The souls are too close, and you, and so on, which is very okay. But then Allah chips in, giving us a direction by saying we need to love for a purpose of using Allah's channel as we are loving ourselves. Al-Hubbu fillah. We love each other for various reasons, just like we mentioned. Tandika okwagala abantu for the sake of Allah. For the sake of Allah basically means omuntu omwagala, and you're not going to be too much expectant of them. You're not going to be too much on them. You're not going to togea chisusa on them, because at least you know you loved them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that takes you to at least appreciating the 3 pillars of love from the Islamic wisdom. The number 1 pillar is self-awareness. Analyze what you feel for someone. What do you feel for someone? Why do you love whoever you love? Lwaki omwagala? Kale, ye lwaki gwe oyagalwa? You don't have answers to those questions at all, Seka. And you guys think you're in love. The self-awareness Islam is driving you. Before you even get to actually appreciating your love for the sake of Allah. Okay. 2 questions. Why do you love whoever you love? And if you're loved, why are you loved? If you do not have answers to that, then you're failing at the first stage of it. The second stage, purpose. Do you have any purpose as a result of the love you're having? Because the loving ourselves for the sake of Allah, it's driving us to being purposeful as we are loving each other. What's the purpose of you loving whoever you love? Do you want them for wives? For husbands? Do you want them for good kids? Do you want them for good friends? What's your purpose in that love you're feeling? And then as soon as you get the purpose, action is going to come in. And how many Islamic wisdoms have come up, concepts of Islam, to just make sure they are feeding the reality of just being active when it comes to actually loving ourselves for the sake of Allah. When you find narrations where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is trying to put value to people who have actually appreciated this reality and they love themselves for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are like, on the day of judgment, Allah is going to harbor people who used to love themselves for His own sake. Rajulani tahabba fillah. When the torments on the day of judgments are going to be severe, Allah is like, I'm having a docket of those people who used to love themselves for my sake. And that's why, if you ever analyze the way you're feeling for someone, day by day, it's going on increasing. The scholars were like, maybe it's a sign that denotes that Allah is in the picture, because Allah is going to stay present. If you love me for the service I'm giving you right now, if you love me for the position I hold in your social circle, if you love me for the benefits you gain from me, if I love you for the benefits I gain from you, come on, that love is kind of limited. It's too much rational. We need to exceed that. It basically means, if at all the benefit you get from me is normal, if at all I can't sit in front of this camera and speak to you, to your soul, to your heart, then definitely you wouldn't find sense in me. Then Allah is like, no, don't put my genuine love to that materialism. If you love someone, use my channel in loving them. In that way, if Allah is the channel of putting you guys together, it basically means even the love is going to be guided. You can't love someone for the sake of Allah and then you abuse them. You can't love someone for the sake of Allah and then you backbite them. You can't love someone for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then you don't gift them. You can't love someone for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and then you can't contribute towards their happiness. You can't love someone for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala claiming you met in the mosque and then you're not actually coordinating together. Wake up. So Allah is like, let me be the channel for your love, because Allah is going to always be there. Allah is not going to move away. If you love someone for something they have, maybe tomorrow it won't be there. And if at all you want this discipline in your social circle, don't love your parent for what they are doing for you. Love them genuinely, using Allah as a channel. It makes it easy. Don't love your husband because he's providing. Wake up. Maybe tomorrow he won't be in position to provide. What is going to happen? Don't love your wife because he's just too supporting or maybe helping too much and so on. Maybe tomorrow she won't do that. Where does that leave you? But when Allah is in space as your channel, Allah is still present. So you will continuously seek His guidance into loving them right, and then you will get to die as lovers. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us that genuine love. Take it back home by understanding loving ourselves for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a high priority as Muslims, because He is the generator of love. He is the most loving. We are weak lovers. So if we want to be strong, genuine lovers, we borrow a leaf from the creator of love and the generator of love. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put love within our souls and hearts and grant us the ability to share this love with people who matter in our social circles. And may Allah grant them ability to appreciate our efforts as a result of the love we have for them. Ameen ya Rabbi. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.